I'm here with my Aroma Whatever Pot and this bag of seafood boil from Aldi. Let's see how this seafood boil comes out if we cook it in this Aroma Whatever Pot. Counter cooking. No kitchen, no problem. I saw this at Aldi the other day for the first time. I never saw it before and it looked really interesting. It says Fremont Fish Market, ready in under 10 minutes, just pour and boil. Seafood boil, new recipe, raw shrimp, corn on the cob, mussels, red skin potatoes, andouille sausage, and Cajun style seasoning packet. Keep frozen, do not thaw, cook thoroughly for food safety and quality. Now, I love a good seafood boil. This is probably one of my favorite foods. So I'm gonna be really curious to see how this comes out. I don't know if I'm gonna use the seasoning packet though. I should also mention that this was less than $9. It was like $8.97. The cooking instructions say in a 4-quart pot, add 2 quarts of water and bring to a boil. Set aside the seasoning packet. Slowly empty the contents into the pot of boiling water. Add 2/3 of the seasoning packet into the pot of boiling water and set the rest aside. Squeeze half a lemon into the pot. Cook for 5 to 6 minutes. Drain the product into a colander and allow water to drain. Product will be hot. Then there's seafood boiled garlic butter. Mince 4 to 5 cloves of garlic and saute in olive oil until lightly brown. Squeeze the other half of lemon juice and reduce heat. Add 1 stick of unsalted butter and the remaining seasoning packet. Mix thoroughly and pour into a separate bowl for dipping. So I don't know if I'm gonna do the garlic butter. I just really like plain melted butter, so I might do that. Let's take a look at the ingredients. They are corn on the cob, farmed shrimp, red skin potatoes, cooked sliced andouille sausage. Then they give the ingredients for the sausage. Farmed mussels, seasoning powder. Let's check out this. Paprika, sea salt, red bell pepper, mustard seed, black pepper, celery seed, dextrose, dehydrated garlic, white pepper, ginger, dehydrated onion, red chili pepper, bay, cardamom, rosemary, nutmeg, coriander, cumin, and cayenne pepper. That actually sounds really good. So I think I'm actually going to use some of the seasoning packet. Here's my whatever pot. I filled it up to the minimum line and I have it on high right now to bring it up to a boil as quickly as possible. Let's put the cover on. So I'm not actually going to be following the directions as stated on the bag, but I think it'll come out fine anyway if I don't use as much water or as big of a pot as they recommend. The water has come up to a boil, and let's put everything from the bag in the pot. I'm not dumping it, I'm just gonna use my hands and put it in there. So we have the corn, potatoes, mussels, sausage, shrimp. Let's just keep going. Okay, now we can dump it. So they give you 2 pieces of corn, and then, oh, there's like a shell here. Mussels, the sausage, the potatoes. I would say this is probably a good amount of food for like 2 people. It says there are 6 servings per container, and each serving is 190 calories. But they only give you 2 pieces of corn. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see after it cooks. Here's the seasoning packet, it's pretty big. Honestly, I'd be perfectly happy putting some Old Bay seasoning in here, but we're gonna add some of this. I'm not gonna add as much as they say to add. I'm just gonna add some for flavor. I don't know, maybe that's like 1/3 of the package, so that's like half of what they say to add. I'm gonna bring this back up to a boil, and I'm also not putting in the lemon juice because it ends up that the lemon I have in my refrigerator has been there too long, and I can't use it. It went bad, so that's unfortunate. But if I like this, I'm sure I'm going to be buying it again, and I could try it again next time with some lemon. So let's see how this goes. Let's bring this back up to a boil, and then I'll start a timer for 5 or 6 minutes, because it says cook 5 or 6 minutes. Everything's been boiling for several minutes now, so I'm going to lower the heat on this. Everything looks like it's cooked. So I am going to say this is done. It looks really good. This all looks really good. Smells amazing. Let's spoon some of this out. this is about half of what was in that bag. I melted some butter in my mini cast iron skillet, so I'm just going to pour some melted butter over this. This looks really good. All right, let's give this a try. Let's try a piece of the sausage. Kind of rubbery, actually. Maybe because it's so thinly sliced. Let's try some of the potato. The potato just melts in your mouth. Like, it's really, really soft. And what about the shrimp? I think, yeah, I'm going to have to peel the shrimp. It's hot. Really hot. Okay, let's taste the shrimp. The shrimp is good. Now let's taste the mussel. I haven't had mussels in a long time. I used to love them. To be honest, I don't really even trust the mussels in this bag. Just because the shells were broken. They were already open. I'm hoping they were maybe pre-cooked. That's why they were open. Here's another mussel. Let's try some of the corn on the cob. The corn on the cob is edible, but it's not really like good corn on the cob. The kernels are kind of big and tough. I'm used to the corn we get around here in the summer, which is like white sweet corn or a mix of like white and yellow sweet corn. And the kernels are smaller and they're super soft and tender and it's like nice and sweet. And this is not that. So that's a little bit disappointing with the corn on the cob. I just finished this food and let me tell you my thoughts now. So the corn, this corn, I'm finding it to be like inedible. It is just like getting a mouthful of nasty mush. I've never had corn like that before, ever. Not good. So that's a big disappointment because those were two big pieces of corn. The shrimp was really, really good. That was probably the most enjoyable part of the seafood boil. The potatoes, if I was to make this again, I would not put them in so soon. I'd hold them back and put them in at the end because they were just completely mush. The sausage, when I think of andouille sausage, I think of a lot more flavor than these sausages had. And like I said before, they're kind of rubbery, so they were a bit of a disappointment. The mussels were okay, and I say that just because I really like mussels and I haven't had them in a long time. Have I had better mussels than that? Yes, by far. But they were just okay. So I would say the best parts were the shrimp, the potatoes, even though they were mush, but they had, you know, nice flavor from the broth, the mussels, and then the sausage, and then the corn is just a big disappointment. So, you know, now that I think about this, I don't know if I would buy this again. It was kind of a disappointment. Even though it was cheap, it was only $9. I feel like I would rather just make something similar, with fresher ingredients or ingredients that I choose, based on their quality. Because you can get good ingredients when they're on sale. So that is my review of this Aldi frozen seafood boil. If the video is helpful for you, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see what else we can make in this small appliance. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.